publication by September. Busan Library will run the Happy Book Sharing program from this month through December. Citizens can bring books published after January 1st, 2023 to one of 40 participating bookstores and receive a book voucher worth 50% of the book's price, which can be used for discounts at those stores. Some items like textbooks, reference books, foreign publications, or damaged books are excluded. Vouchers must be used by the end of the year, and exchanged books will be jointly purchased by the library and another company and distributed to small and outdoor libraries. In international news, President Donald Trump warned Iran of potential military action, even suggesting the possibility of targeting Iran's supreme leader. Trump claimed the U.S. knows the leader's location, but is not acting, at least for now, while urging Iran's unconditional surrender. He emphasized that U.S. patience is wearing thin and stated that the U.S. now has full control over Iranian airspace, highlighting its active military support for Israel amid escalating Iran-Israel tensions. Later, Trump held a National Security Council meeting to discuss U.S. involvement in the conflict. And now for today's weather. It is a sunny day with current temperatures around 27 degrees Celsius, feeling hotter than yesterday. That wraps up this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You are listening to BEFM, 부산영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM, 부산영어방송.
Coming up next is Midday Mate with Kimberly An. BEFM, 부산영어방송.
Hello and welcome to the show, everyone. Today is June 18th and we're celebrating something wonderfully simple. It is International Picnic Day. Now, we're not exactly sure who first decided that eating outdoors deserved its own holiday, but we're glad that they did. Because whether it's a blanket in the park, a spot by the lake, or even your own backyard, a picnic is one of the life's purest pleasures. No rush, no rules, just food, fresh air, and good company. Or maybe just a good book. So today, we're taking you on a picnic, exploring the meaning, magic, and modern charm of its age-old tradition. So stay with us. It's Wednesday, June 18th, 2025, and this is Midday Mate. Let's get started. That was My Oh My by Aqua. And wow, what a ride, right? It's like stepping into a pop fairy tale where pirates meet princesses and everything sparkles with 90s Eurodance energy. It's playful, cheeky, and just a little over the top. But that's exactly what makes the song so much fun. Aqua had a way of mixing fantasy with bounce, and this track is no exception. Whether you're dancing along or just smiling at the story, My Oh My definitely knows how to bring the drama in the best way possible. And again, you just listened to My Oh My by Aqua. Hello, everyone. We're live in the studio in Busan this Wednesday afternoon. Welcome to Midday Mate. You're listening to us on BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM in the Gijang, Cheongwan, and Noksan areas. And I'm your host, Kimberly. Hello, hello. We have Benny-님 in our YouTube live stream, and we also have Kim Young-min-님 saying 반갑습니다. Hello, hello, and I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday so far. It's good weather outside. It's nice and sunny, so hopefully you can get some vitamin D as well. So let's see what's coming up on the show for today. In hour number 1, we'll have a Listo Mania, a daily topic adventure with a list of things that will keep you entertained. And today we're going to be talking about once a tradition, the picnic is now an easy, creative escape in everyday city life. So since today is International Picnic Day, we're going to be talking about some picnic fun. After Listomania, we'll have Fact Detox with Cheryl in the studio shortly for that. So this is where we clear out some common sense to discover the truth, to really see if what we've heard before is really the truth. After Fact Detox, we'll get into hour number 2. That's when we'll get into today's quote, a moment to pause during your busy day and reflect on a thought-provoking quote to soothe your mind. After today's quotes, we'll have Byte-size banter, a daily dose of lighthearted chatter on a new topic every day with Andrew. After that, we'll have Don't Make a Scene, where we learn real-life English expressions through movies and drama scenes. And then since today is Wednesday, we'll end the show with our segment titled Enter Planet, your go-to spot for the hottest entertainment updates from around the globe. And now, our question of the day, everyone. Are you ready? It is, what picnic food still reminds you of being a kid? So when we go out to a picnic, there are certain types of foods that we always take with us, right? That we always pack. So which one still reminds you of being a kid? So 지금도 어릴 적 소풍을 생각나게 하는 음식은 무엇인가요? So what picnic food still reminds you of being a kid? Maybe it's a juice box. Maybe it's some type of fruit that you've always had when you went out to a picnic. Let me know. Send in your answers by texting in pound 9050 or shop 9050, which will cost you 101. Or reach us through Kakao Talk. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. Add us as a Kakao friend and send in your messages for free. And we also do have our smartphone app. Search the same thing again, BEFM or 부산영어방송 in your app store. You can download our app, listen to our programs, and leave us comments after logging in. And I have another message here from Chae-Yusuk-님. Hello, hello, saying, hello, it's too sunny today. Yes. Definitely, if you have a sun umbrella, I would definitely recommend so that you can block some of those UV rays out there and not get so tan or sunburnt. But it is nice to have the sun before we have the rain coming up later this week. So enjoy it when you can, everyone. So yes, with that, everyone, let's take a song break. I'll be back with Listomania after the song. Here is How Sweet by New Jeans.
All I know is now I get this and that. I know 그거 묻는 날 always up and down. No more 생각도 생각 spinning round and round, changing my mind. 세상부터 그렇지 이런 헛소리. No more how it's supposed to be. 그만해 'cause it's clean. It's simple. It's like biting an apple. You know better. 거기 숨좀 내고 얼른 나와. You little demon in my story line, so no. And don't you know how sweet it tastes? How sweet it tastes? Yeah, don't you know how sweet it tastes? How sweet it tastes? Yeah, don't you know how sweet it tastes?
말고 빨리 나와 You let it demon in my storyline Don't knock on my door 너 얼른 나가버려 Toxic lover you know better 거기 숨지 말고 얼른 나와 You little demon in my storyline Don't knock on my door I'll see you out
And that was How Sweet by New Jeans. And now it's time for Listo Mania, a daily topic adventure with a list of things that will keep you entertained. And today we're going to be looking at picnics. Picnics. When was the last time that you went out on a picnic, everyone? Maybe it was from school in your early elementary school days, or maybe you went with your family over the weekend. Let me know. So let's first have a brief look at picnics through time. When you picture a picnic, you probably imagine something quite modern. Perhaps a reusable cooler, a Bluetooth speaker, and a well-curated social media post. But the truth is, the picnic is anything but new. The idea of sharing food in open air dates back thousands of years ago. In ancient Persia, royalty would dine in lush gardens as a sign of wealth and connection with nature. Later, in medieval Europe also, feasts were often held outdoors after hunts, lavish, elaborate affairs for the noble. Picnics were romanticized in paintings, literature, and even film. They became a symbol of leisure, family, and escape. And while the gear and the setting have changed, the core idea has always remained: fresh air, shared food, and slow time. So let's fast forward to today, where the world is more urbanized than ever. More than half of humanity now lives in cities. And yet, picnics haven't gone away. If anything, they've adapted. In fact, the modern picnic thrives because of urban life. Cities are now designed with intentional green spaces, from sprawling central parks to tiny community plots tucked between apartment buildings. In Seoul, you have Hangang River, or Hangang Park. In New York, you have Central Park. In London, you have Hyde Park. All of these big name places pop up when you think about picnics in these areas. Even cities with limited space, like Tokyo or Singapore, prioritize green zones. This shift has made picnicking more accessible than ever. You don't need a car or a plan, just a patch of grass and a little break in your day. And urban picnics are flexible for us. Gone are the days of preparing elaborate meals the night before. Now, a picnic might mean grabbing a triangle kimbap from a convenience store and an iced coffee from a cafe downstairs. Or it might mean a delivery app dropping a pizza by to your park bench. We're seeing people of all ages picnicking. Office workers during lunch, families with toddlers, teenagers with snacks and playlists, and solo picnickers with books and journals. It's spontaneous, casual, and above all, democratic. You don't need money or planning. You just need the desire to pause and be outside. And even here in Busan, it doesn't have to be like a green area. Maybe you can go ahead and have a picnic at the beach. So now, let's take a moment to talk about the emotional layer of picnics, because they're about much more than just eating outdoors. So here, we have picnics that evoke memory. It brings up memories from the past, a bit of nostalgia here. Maybe it's a school field trip where you opened your lunchbox to find a hand-packed surprise. Or that spring day you shared strawberries under blooming cherry blossoms with a loved one. Or even the simple ritual of sharing oranges and sweet bread on a hill with your grandparents. There's something about the act of sitting on the ground, sharing food, and looking at the sky that makes people a bit more open. Conversations feel more natural, and silences feel comfortable while you're on a picnic. It's one of those few times where people aren't staring at screens or watching the clock. And then there's the ritual of the picnic. Packing the bag, choosing the perfect spot, and unfolding that blanket. Laying out food in a way that feels just a bit more special than everyday eating. It invites mindfulness without trying too hard. And picnics also build community. From neighborhood block picnics to school-wide spring gatherings, there's a chance to be with people, not just be around them. And for those who prefer solitude, solo picnics can be equally fulfilling, a kind of soft meditation in motion per se. Sitting with a book or simply watching clouds gives your brain the space it's so often denied. So today is International Picnic Day, and we invite you to treat yourself, not with extravagance, but with intention. Step outside, bring what you have, and take part of a tradition that's as old as it is timeless. Because sometimes the best things in life are really that simple. So when I think about picnics, I'm reminded of the quiet magic that they hold. It's not about the food or the setting being perfect at all. It's about the feeling of slowing down. Some of my favorite memories are of sitting on a grassy patch with simple snacks, feeling the sun on my face and the breeze in my hair. Whether it was with my family, friends, or just by myself with a good book, those moments felt peaceful and grounding. In our busy lives these days, it's easy to overlook these small joys and not go out for a little picnic. But here, a picnic, no matter how spontaneous, can remind us that what really matters, which is connection, presence, and appreciating the now. So even if it's just stepping outside with a sandwich or sharing fruit with a friend on a park bench, I hope we all find little ways to create those slow, meaningful moments. So as the weather is getting better and a bit hotter, why don't you take your lunch outside today? So maybe you're listening and you're eating in your office, in the nice, cool, air-conditioned office that you're in. But take it outside. Go sit on a park bench and enjoy the sunshine and just have a nice moment for yourself on this International Picnic Day. So I hope you learned a lot from our Picnic Day Listo Mania. And now let's take a song break. Here is Little Miss Can't Be Wrong by Spin Doctors.
Left town. It's been a whole lot happier without a face around. Nobody upstairs gonna stomp and shout. Nobody at the back door gonna throw my lounger out. She holds the shotgun while you do-si-do. She want one man, made a Hercules and Cyrano. I've been a whole lot easier since she's gone. Little miss, little miss, little miss, can't be wrong. Little miss, little miss, little miss, can't be wrong. Ain't nobody gonna bow no more when you sound your gone. Little miss, little miss, little miss, can't be wrong. What you gonna do to get into another one of these rock and roll songs? Saucy ain't your hand-me-downs. Would it be so bad to simply turn around? You cook so well, all nice and French. You do your brain surgery too, mama, with your monkey wrench. Little miss, little miss, little miss, can't be wrong. Ain't nobody gonna bow no more when you sound you gone. Little miss, little miss, little miss, can't be wrong. What you gonna do? Another one of these rock and roll songs. Yeah, can't be wrong. No, no, no. Can't be wrong. Oh, you can't be wrong. You can't be wrong. You can't be wrong. Gonna make you cough. I hope you heard this song and it pissed you off. I take that back, I hope you're doing fine. And if I had $1
You just listened to Little Miss Can't Be Wrong by Spin Doctors. I'm your host, Kimberly, and you're listening to Midday Mate, everyone. And now, our question of the day and text topic, it is, what picnic food still reminds you of being a kid? What picnic food reminds you of being a kid? 지금도 어릴 적 소풍을 생각나게 하는 음식은 무엇인가요? And I have a few answers here. I had one from Benny Neem. Where did Benny Neem's answer go? Here it is. It says, in all capital letters, everyone, pizza, sandwiches, and burgers. Ah, yes. So delicious, right? We'd have the pizza right there, and the sandwiches would be perfect in our little wicker basket. And burgers, yum. That's quite a feast, Benny Neem, to have all three at a picnic. I am quite jealous of you. So we have another answer here from Manakdo Yonganim saying, hello. When I think of picnic food, it's definitely boiled eggs and an orange soda. There's also kimbap, but since kimbap is something we often eat on the regular days, I don't think it's necessarily tied to picnics. Of course, if you eat kimbap, boiled eggs, and orange soda together, it would feel like 100% like a picnic. Ah, yes. I did not know that, an orange drink, like an orange soda, was something that you had at picnics, but that sounds very good too. I used to love orange soda. And I have another answer here from 인류의 충전소님. Hello, saying, as the weather gets hotter, I feel like dipping my feet in the cool stream and eating some watermelon. That is so good. I've also seen people put the watermelon in the 계곡, right? So it would keep it cool. But I've never done that. I've always wanted to try, but I'm afraid of the mosquitoes. I'm afraid of them. But maybe. Oh, 인류의 충전소님, very good idea. I want to go and do that as well. And also, 인류의 충전소님 saying, bahahaha, love that character. Is that you, Kimberly? Yes, this here is what Pirini made. A little emoji of me being at a picnic listening to Midday Mate. And look at that, always wearing black. So yes, it is getting hotter, everyone. So hopefully, I hope you're drinking lots of water, stay hydrated, and stay cool. I have another one here. But I'll wait for that for later because we got to get into our segment, right? But again, our question of the day, if you haven't answered yet, is what picnic food still reminds you of being a kid? Send in your answers by texting in pound 9050 or shop 9050, which will cost you 101, or reach us through Kakao Talk. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean, add us, and send in your messages for free. And we also do have our smartphone app. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in any of the app stores. You can listen to our programs and leave us comments after logging in. And I see that we do have a few answers for our text topic, but please wait, I'll get to it later, so don't worry. Because it's now time for us to get into our Wednesday segments. And now it's time for our Wednesday segment of Fact Detox. Hello, Cheryl.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
Are you staying cool from the weather?
Yeah, I'm absolutely staying cool from the weather.
That's good. Do you have your AC pumping already yet?
No, I don't.
You don't yet.
I don't.
You're lucky. When I'm working, I have the AC on full blast, but not at home. Because at home, when I get home, it's a bit cooler, but I feel still hot. I can't deal with it.
Yeah, no, we've just got the windows open with the screens so that the mosquitoes don't get in, and then we turn on the fan, but no air conditioning yet. I'm holding off.
You're holding off?
As long as I can on turning the air conditioning on.
Today I was blow drying my hair, and I got so hot, and then I always have this internal battle. I shower, I feel good, I dried my hair, but by the time I'm done drying my hair, I'm all sweaty again. So I turned on the AC and I was just sitting in front of it. We don't own a fan, but I guess we should invest in one soon so that we could save some money.
That's the reason why I'm running a fan and not the AC.
Well, we're talking about something that, I taught or mentioned a little bit earlier. And I believe we're talking about sweat today, aren't we?
Oh, sweat, yeah, exactly.
I don't like sweat, but yes.
It's that time of year when you start to feel like you need 3 showers a day. Parts of your body that you didn't think could start to sweat. But maybe that could be a good thing. There's a common idea that sweating actually helps to detoxify our bodies.
But does it really? I'm assuming that's our first fact detox for today. I know that this idea of sweating out toxins has been around for a long time, and it's really popular to the point of people sitting in saunas, right? We love it here. We sit in the sauna, we sweat it out, and do some hot yoga or any activity for us to just get our sweat on.
Right. I've heard this one so many times, sweat out the toxins. People say it like it's a fact. And I remember having a bad cold and my friend told me if I want to get better faster, I should go to the gym and sweat it out. I've seen detox wraps at spas that promote like flushing all the toxins out of your body through sweat.
Right. You know, I've also seen those. There's like those fitness classes with like the infrared sauna studios also, and they market themselves as a detox haven, like our name, back to detox. But let's ask the big question. Does sweating actually remove toxins then? But before we dive into that though, where does this idea come from that we were sweating out the toxins and bad things?
The idea that you can sweat out toxins has roots in a lot of cultures and practices, including traditional remedies and purification rituals. For centuries, different cultures have used sweat lodges, saunas, and other sweat-inducing practices as part of purification rituals and traditional healing methods. The practices often carry a symbolic meaning of cleansing the body and the spirit.
So you just said a symbolic meaning. So does this mean that we don't sweat out toxins then?
Short answer, yeah, not really. But the long answer is way more interesting. And as we know, sweating is our body's way of cooling down. It helps regulate our body temperature. But when it comes to removing toxins, that job mostly belongs to our liver and kidneys.
So big headlines, everyone. We're not sweating out any toxins.
No, we're not.
We're just sweating.
We're just sweating, losing water. On the side of science, I found that Dr. Heather Patzel, a professor of biological sciences at North Carolina State University, she said very clearly, sweating is not a significant route for excreting toxins from the body. She added that people love the idea of a quick detox, but the science just doesn't back it up.
Okay, so as I just mentioned then, what is our sweat? It's not just water, right?
Well, I'm not a sweat expert.
Doesn't taste like water.
I sweat a lot in the summer. But Dr. D. Anna Glazer, a dermatologist and founding member of the International Hyperhidrosis Society, has done extensive research on sweat and has pointed out that the primary components of sweat are water, sodium, and this might be surprising, a few trace heavy minerals like arsenic or mercury, but no toxins.
Interesting. So our sweat is mostly salt water and a trace with heavy metals. And those heavy metals or minerals, not metals, we're not sweating out metals here. Heavy minerals, everyone, are a bit concerning though. Arsenic and mercury are both dangerous, aren't they?
Well, there was a study in 2011 published in the Journal of Environmental and Public Health that looked at toxic elements like cadmium and lead in sweat. And they did find small amounts, but when you compare those levels to how much the kidneys and liver process and flush out through urine and other excrement, sweat isn't even close, so no need to worry about those.
Okay, so I get why the myth is appealing. Sweating makes us feel like we're working hard or releasing something after like lots of hard work. After a tough workout or a sauna, you feel refreshed and even lighter.
Yeah, totally, and that feeling can be real. You're increasing circulation, maybe loosening up your muscles, but it's not because you got rid of toxins. It's more about the relaxation and maybe a temporary sense of accomplishment. In my case, maybe a huge sense of accomplishment.
Same here. I think that some people also confuse sweating with weight loss, right? They say if you sweat a lot, then you're going to lose a lot of weight because you're flushing it all out. You know that feeling when you weigh yourself after a workout and you're like, oh, I lost a kilo. But really, it was just water weight.
Right, and then it comes right back again when you rehydrate. That's why fitness trainers always say, don't weigh yourself after working out. I remember back in the 1970s and 80s, you used to be able to buy like a rubber suit to work out in, and it would supposedly make you sweat more to promote weight loss.
I've seen similar things, not a rubber suit, but more so something that looks like aluminum, but they would it's like a type of jacket that you would wear. But yes. There are also different types of things like the sauna suit, like you mentioned. And believe it or not, there are still some similar products around, like I just mentioned right now. Some products even promote the same idea. They call it them sweat belts. Sweat belts. But dermatologists say that those products just make you overheat. And they can even cause skin irritation. So you may get a little bit of a rash there. They don't actually help with fat loss or detox.
Right. So let's talk about what actually does help detox the body. Because detox in itself isn't a myth. Your body does it every day, just not the way maybe social media claims. Detox is real, but it's completely internal.
So you mentioned earlier that the liver and kidneys are responsible for detoxing our bodies, right?
Yeah, the liver breaks down harmful substances, everything from alcohol to environmental chemicals, and turns them into compounds that your body can safely get rid of through your kidneys, urine, and sometimes bile. Dr. Rashini Raj, a gastroenterologist at NYU, says the best way to support your natural detox system is pretty boring but effective. The recommendation is eat a balanced diet, drink water, and avoid overloading your system with alcohol or processed food.
So hard, isn't it? The processed food part.
During the summer, though, I'll find it easier because I just crave fresh fruit and really healthy foods, light meals.
I wish I had that. And I'm sure sleep is on the list that you just mentioned right now too, right? I know that while we sleep, the brain goes through a cleanup process and it helps remove waste. So even sleep is part of our detox process, everyone.
It's a great argument for sleeping in on the weekends. I'm detoxifying. Don't wake me up before 10 a.m.
Leave me alone. So we've debunked the myth that sweat detoxifies our bodies. But of course, sweating itself isn't bad either. So exercise-induced sweating is good for your heart, your skin, and your mood. It's just not to be confused with some kind of inner cleansing here.
Yeah, and if you love a good sauna or a hot yoga session, that's fine. It can be relaxing. It's good for circulation. It's just not the body's janitor.
Yes. So with that, let's take a song break, everyone. Here is Young Years by Dragon.
Where
And welcome back, everyone. You just listened to Young Years by Dragon, and you're listening to Midday Meet. And we're in the middle of our segment of Fact Detox with Cheryl. So we just talked about if sweating is really detoxifying our bodies, and no, it's not. It's just a little bit of water, sodium, and some other heavy minerals. So don't go out there trying to detoxify yourself with lots of sweat. But now, in part 2, we're going to be talking about something different. And it's something that you may already have heard, that you shouldn't wear black in the summer because you will boil. And I've noticed something, especially in the summer, is that lots of people wear light colors. And I know that you work on the beach, Cheryl. So do you keep this thing to yourself to keep cooler?
So good question, because we know colour affects how things absorb light.
Yes.
But when it comes to clothes, body heat and airflow, it's a little more complicated than just don't wear black when it's really hot and sunny.
I'm wearing black.
Yeah.
So
do you feel hot?
Well, right now in this nice air-conditioned room, I feel quite fine. But sometimes I do, especially because my hair is black also. My head gets super hot compared to my body, which is not dark. Anywho, let's start with the basic science. Light colors reflect more sunlight and dark colors absorb more. At least that part is true, right?
Yeah, definitely. According to Dr. Richard J. Coate, a professor of textile science, yeah, that's an actual science, darker fabrics do absorb more wavelength of light, especially infrared, and convert that light into heat. So, yeah, if you leave a black shirt and a white shirt in the sun, the black one's going to get hotter.
But I know that you wouldn't bring this topic if there wasn't a twist, right? I'm starting to catch on these detoxes have a twist all the time. So it's not always black and white.
Yeah, I see what you did there. Well, whether you actually feel hotter wearing black depends on a lot of other factors too, like airflow and fabric. There's a fascinating study from the early 1980s that's still cited a lot. It was led by Doctors Walsberg, Campbell and King, and they observed Bedouins, the people who live in the hot Middle Eastern desert, who often wear black robes.
Black robes, but we were just saying how they, absorb the heat and then it gets hotter. Wouldn't that be kind of insane? Black robes in the desert?
You'd think, but here's the deal. The researchers found that while the black robes do absorb more heat from the sun, they also increase the flow of hot air around the body. The loose flowing design creates a kind of chimney effect. So the hot air rises, pulling cool air up through the bottom of the robe.
So even though the fabric is hotter, the person inside might not be. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it really depends on how the clothing's worn. So a tight black T-shirt on a hot day, definitely going to make you feel hotter. But a loose robe in the desert, surprisingly comfortable.
So my shirt here is a bit loose, so maybe that's why I'm feeling a bit cooler. And the fabric is quite, thin and stretchy. Like a robe, I guess. I don't know. But there's more to the idea of black robes creating a chimney effect, right?
Yeah, there's another expert, Dr. John Lundgren from the Desert Research Institute. He said that heat transfer isn't about sunlight, it's also about your own body heat. So black can actually absorb your body's infrared radiation too, which means it might trap more of your own heat if there's no airflow.
So, if you're walking around on a hot, windless day in tight black jeans and a fitted black shirt, you're probably going to feel like a baked potato because it's so tight. But if you're wearing something loose and breezy, even if it's black, it may not be any worse than wearing white, is what you're saying.
Yeah, time to bring out the moo-moos for summer. Another fun fact, white reflects light, but it can also reflect your own body heat back towards you. That's why white clothes sometimes feel hotter if they're made from non-breathable materials.
So it really depends on the material of the type of clothing that you're wearing too. So the fabric and fit is just as important as the color.
Totally. Breathable fabrics like cotton or linen allow sweat to evaporate, cooling your skin. Synthetic fabrics that trap sweat no matter what color they are can make you feel very sticky and uncomfortable.
That's why lots of summer lines of clothing have linen in their fashion, right? And sweat evaporation is key to feeling cooler. So you're not cooling down just because your shirt is white. You're cooling down because your body can release heat through sweat, and it has to go somewhere.
Exactly. And some athletic brands now use color adaptive materials that respond to light and heat, but even those rely on airflow.
Well, then let's talk about some psychological factors too. Don't you think people expect to feel hotter when they're wearing black, so they focus on it a little bit more?
Yeah, color perception affects how we feel. A study from the University of British Columbia showed that people reported feeling hotter in red or black rooms, even when the temperature was the same. So our brains play a part in how we perceive how we feel.
So that feeling of like, oh, this shirt is boiling me alive might be a little mental in our heads.
Partly, yeah. Not entirely, of course. Black does absorb radiation, but expectations shape our comfort as well.
All right, so then let's sum it up. Wearing black in summer isn't automatically bad, everyone, but you do need to think about how tight the clothes are, what type of fabric it's made out of, whether there's a bit of airflow, is it loose enough, and how long you're exposed to that actual sunlight.
Exactly. Loose-fitting black linen, totally fine. Tight polyester black leggings in the blazing sun, oh, nah, you're sweating bullets.
It's fascinating how many things we believe without really thinking about the details, right? Like, I always thought white or light were the only safe colors for summer.
Yeah, but when we think of beachgoers in places like Southeast Asia or North Africa, many wear darker robes because of the shape and breathability. And it's not just the color, it's the whole outfit design.
The breathability part is the most important, I believe. So then let's give our listeners and our mates some practical advice. If you want to stay cool in the heat, what matters most?
So for the mates, here's the short list. Go for loose, breathable fabrics like cotton, bamboo, or linen. Choose styles that allow air to circulate if you're outside for long periods. Light colours may help to reflect the sun, but don't fear black. Just make sure it's not tight and suffocating.
And don't forget to wear a hat. Put on your sunscreen and definitely hydrate. Stay hydrated, everyone, because staying cool is a full body effort, not just with what you're wearing.
Absolutely. And if you love wearing black, do it. Just be smart about how and when.
So fashion doesn't always need to fight with science. Sometimes they can work together. Style and comfort, yes, please. And yes, we've got more summer myths coming your way later, right?
Yeah, we do. We've got some good ones coming next week.
Oh, I'm excited. I have a message here from 인노의 춘준선님 saying, please fact detox the fact that I can still use a fan at night.
Yeah, no worries. You can do that. And it helps protect you from mosquitoes. We learned that last week.
Yes, we did.
Because mosquitoes are not strong flyers. So if the fan's blowing on you, you're less likely to get bitten.
That is very true. And I have another message here from Juliet Neem saying that we're right.
Oh, good to be right. I like
she
that.
says, that's right. The material and the breathability of the clothes are important as well.
Oh, stoked. I'm not often right.
Well, Cheryl, thank you so much for these 2 fact detox segments for today. Yes, everyone, you can wear black in the summer, just depending on the type of fabric. And sweating doesn't always mean that we are detoxifying ourselves. Cheryl, thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Everyone, that's the end of our first hour. I'll be back at 1 p.m. after the song. Here is Losing My Religion by R.E.M.
That I will go to discussions, trying to keep eye on you like a hurt, lost and blind fool. Oh no, I said too much. I set it up. Consider this, hint of the century. Consider this slip that brought me to my knees, failed. What if all these fantasies come flailing around? Now I've said too much. I thought that I heard you laughing. I thought that I heard you sing. I think I thought I saw you try. That was just a dream. That was just a dream. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion, trying to keep up with you, and I don't know if I can do it. Oh no, I said too much. I haven't said enough. I thought that I heard you laughing. I thought that I heard you sing. I think I thought I saw you try. But that was just a dream. Try, cry, fly, try. That was just a dream. Just a dream. Just a dream. Dream.
School reporters will cover all the exciting moments of school life, bringing you student voices, campus news, and special interviews. Catch the broadcast every Sunday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Don't miss the chance to hear our student stories on the School Reporters broadcast.
The time is now 1 o'clock.
Gone and close the curtains, 'cause all we need is candlelight. You and me and a bottle of wine, and I'll hold you tonight. Well, we know I'm going away, and how I wish it were so. So take this wine and drink with me. Let's delay our misery. Say tonight, fight the break of dawn. Come tomorrow, tomorrow I'll be gone. Say tonight, fight the break of dawn. Come tomorrow, tomorrow I'll be gone. There's a log on the fire, and it burns like me for you. Tomorrow comes with one desire, to take me away. Oh, it's true. It ain't easy to say goodbye. Darling, please don't start to cry. 'Cause girl, you know I've got to go. wasn't so. Save tonight and fight the break of dawn. Come tomorrow, tomorrow I'll be gone. Save tonight and fight the break of dawn. Come tomorrow, tomorrow I'll be gone. Take me away. I wish that I could stay. Girl, you know I've got to go. Oh, Lord, I wish it wasn't so. Save tonight, fight the break of dawn. Come tomorrow, tomorrow I'll be gone. Save tonight, and fight the break of dawn. Come tomorrow, tomorrow I'll be gone. Save tonight, and fight the break of dawn. Come tomorrow, tomorrow I'll be gone. Save tonight, and fight the break of dawn. Come tomorrow, tomorrow I'll be gone. 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 Save tonight. Save tonight. Save tonight. Save tonight. Oh, that's right. Save tonight. Save tonight.
You just heard Save Tonight by Eagle Eye Cherry. This song was a true 90s classic. It's all about savoring the moment before saying goodbye. With its laid-back groove and bittersweet lyrics, the song tells the story of two lovers spending one last night together before parting ways. It's soulful, simple, and surprisingly powerful. A reminder to hold tight to what we have just a little longer. And again, that was Save Tonight by Eagle Eye Cherry. We're live in the studio in Busan this Wednesday afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Midday Mate. You're listening to us on BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM in the Gijang, Cheongwan, and Noksan areas. And I'm your host, Kimberly. Hello, hello. And now it is time for our number 2. We'll kick it off with today's quote. A moment to pause during your busy day and reflect on a thought-provoking quote to soothe your mind. After today's quote, we'll have Byte-size banter, a daily dose of lighthearted chatter on a new topic every day with Andrew. After Byte-size banter, we'll have Don't Make a Scene, where we learn real-life English expressions through movies and drama scenes. And then we'll wrap it all up with our segment titled Enter Planet, which is your go-to hotspot for the hottest entertainment updates from around the globe. And now our question of the day and text topic. What picnic food still reminds you of being a kid? What picnic food still reminds you of being a kid? 지금도 어릴 적 소풍을 생각나게 하는 음식은 무엇인가요? I have a message here from Juliet Neem saying, no doubt kimbap that my mom made. And there is always sesame. So 고소해, so delicious. Yes, when I think about picnics, I also think about kimbap because it's something that my mom would always make for me when I had school field trips too. It was just easy. Everything is in one little bite and boom, there you go. I have another one from Jenny Neem. Hello, Jenny Neem, saying kimbap made by my mom as well. She has her own style of kimbap with fried tofu instead of ham and spinach instead of cucumber. That reminds me of a school picnic. Ooh, I love it how each mom has their own special way of making their kimbap. And I love how Jenny Neem's kimbap had tofu because we know that she loves tofu. We have another one from Ponim, and of course it is kimbap and yubuchobap, which is the tofu pocket rice, right? She said, kimbap and yubuchobap reminds me of childhood picnics. And for drinks, definitely an orange-flavored drink. I'm seeing this orange-flavored drink as a trend here, and kimbap. Maybe that's something a lot of our moms used to do when we were younger. So if you haven't answered yet, please let me know. What picnic food still reminds you of being a kid? Go ahead and send in your answers by texting in pound 9050 or shop 9050, which will cost you 101, or reach us through Kakao Talk. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. Add us and send in your messages for free. We also do have our smartphone app. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in any of the app stores. You can listen to our programs and leave us comments after logging in. And with that, I'll be right back with today's quote after the song. Here is Someone You Loved by Louis Capaldi.
I'm going on during this time. I feel there's no one to save me. This all and nothing really got away. You're driving me crazy. I need somebody to hear, somebody to know, somebody to have, somebody to hold. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you numbed all the pain. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved. I'm going under, and this time I feel there's no one to turn to. This all and nothing way of loving, go be sleeping without you. Now I need somebody to know, somebody to hear, somebody to have, just to know how it feels. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you help me escape. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved. And I tend to close my eyes when it hurts. Sometimes I fall into your arms. I'll be safe in your soul till I come back around. For now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you love, but now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved.
And welcome back, everyone. That was Someone You Loved by Louis Capaldi. And now it's time for today's quote. A moment to pause during your busy day and reflect on a thought-provoking quote to soothe your mind. And today's quote is from Dee Stubble, and it is, "A picnic is more than eating a meal. It is a pleasurable state of mind." A picnic is more than eating a meal. It is a pleasurable state of mind. 피크닉은 식사 그 이상입니다. 즐거운 마음의 상태입니다. And the more I think about it, the more I realize how true that quote really is. Because a picnic isn't really about the food, is it? Do we just go to just eat it all? It's about the feeling, that quiet joy of slowing down, of being outside, of breathing in air that doesn't smell like the inside of your office or your car. It's a pause during your day, a moment where time stretches just a little, even where the simplest things like a piece of fruit, a crumpled blanket, or someone's quiet laugh feels special or maybe even a bit sacred. You might be sitting on slightly uneven grass. There might be ants nearby or a little wind that makes your napkins fly away. But somehow, none of this really bothers you because your mind has also gone somewhere else, somewhere a bit softer. And that's the beauty of it. You don't need a curated basket or a fancy view. You could just sit on your apartment rooftop with a cup of coffee and call that a picnic in itself also. Or you can lay on your living room floor near an open window and call it just the same. Because the spirit of a picnic, that state of mind, is about intention. About choosing to slow down, to step outside of your usual routine, to savor something or someone. Maybe it's a book you've been meaning to read. Maybe it's the silence. Maybe it's your own thoughts and finally arriving without being interrupted by a screen. So again, here is an invitation for all of my mates. Don't wait for the perfect weather or the perfect plan. Grab whatever you have, go somewhere green or just even somewhere quiet. Give yourself permission to stop, to sit, and to simply be. Because sometimes the most nourishing meals don't come from what's on the plate, but from where you are and how you feel. So today, whether it's a full picnic spread or just a 10 quiet minute on a park bench, let it be more than a meal and let it be your state of mind. Thinking about picnics reminds me how something so simple can feel so meaningful. It doesn't take much, just a little food, a quiet spot, and a break from the rush. Some of the most peaceful moments have happened not at big events, but sitting on a blanket with the sun above, sharing fruit, or just watching the clouds drift by. It's kind of a calm that we don't always realize we need until we actually feel it. And I love how picnics invite us to be present. Whether you're with friends, family, or even on your own, there's something grounding about being outdoors, away from screens, and just being. No pressure, no schedule, just good company, fresh air, and the reminder that joy doesn't always have to be complicated. And you know, for me, as I was talking about picnics right now for today's quote, I remember the last picnic that I had was with a coworker, a friend, and this is when I was living in Bundang. We decided to go get burritos and she got some drinks for us, and we just went outside towards the Tancheon River. So there was like a Tan River over there, and we just sat there and enjoyed our meal outside. It wasn't some like grand planned picnic where we had to like pack all of our food. We just got our food for takeout and decided to go out and eat it outside. And it was such a nice time to just slow down. So remember today's quote: a picnic is more than eating a meal. It's a pleasurable state of mind. 피크닉은 식사 그 이상입니다. 즐거운 마음의 상태입니다. And that was today's quote. So now with that, let's take a song break. Here is Get Your Shine On by Florida Georgia Line.
Shimmer on hot lips, silver buckle hanging off her hips. I sparkle when she smiles, shine down on the radio dial. Homemade jar, lemon drop, take a sip. Don't stop, girl, you know I love it when you get your shine on. You and me be rocking all night long. Summer sky dripping rhinestones, turn your party lights on, baby, get your shine on, shine on. Baby, get your
don't stop, girl. You know I love it when you get your shine on. 'Cause you and me be rocking all night long. Summer sky dripping rhinestones, turn your body lights on, baby. Get your shine on, shine on, baby. Get your shine on. 'Cause you and me be rocking all night long. Summer sky dripping rhinestones, turn your body lights on, baby. Get your shine on, shine on, baby. Get your shine on, baby. Get your shine on. Strawberry sugar on my lips, silver buckle hanging off her hips. I spark the when she smiles, shine down on the radio dial. Silverado candy painted, Ray-Bans got the whole world shaded. Chrome keys tucked in the console, riding high, roll up on the down low.
And welcome back, everyone. It's time for Byte-size banter with my friend Andrew.
Wow, everybody. That was an introduction.
I'm not doing it again. You're making fun of me.
Never, never.
The face, your face right now is just, why did she do that?
I love it. I love it.
How are you doing this Wednesday?
Fantastic. I'm always doing great. I love coming in here. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yay, I'm
great place.
glad. Well, for today's question, shall we just get straight into it?
My lies never get caught. I love it.
Oh,
No, I'm
my
just
goodness.
I'm just joking.
Meanie.
Yeah, let's get into it. We are here for Bite-Size Banter on this Wednesday, June 18th. Are you kidding me right now?
June 18th.
Next thing you're going to say it's September and my summer holiday is gone.
I like
No, don't say
September.
that. Don't say that. Don't say that. It's that Green Day song. When September.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Ooh.
All right. So, question for today. We have a would you rather question.
All right.
All right. Now, this one is a work-related question or an office-related question, I guess. So, if you work in an office, this might apply to you. So, would you rather have a fully stocked office snack bar, mini bar, fridge full of goodies, or a nap room?
Oh. Snacks or naps? So everyone, 간식으로 꽉 채운 회사 탕비실 vs 낮잠 잘 수 있는 휴게실. You know, I've had the honor of both before.
No, you did not.
Yes, I have.
Oh, you work from home.
No.
Refrigerator there, bed there. There's my snack bar. There's my nap room.
Well, actually, people who work from home, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Well,
I would be terrible at that.
I had both. Nah.
Okay.
But I do know which one is better.
Explain your experience, though. In like, how were you able to utilize or use? Like, let's start with the nap room.
All right. So it wasn't really called the nap room, but it was like the teacher's lounge area.
Okay.
This is at an international school. And they had this one room in the basement floor, where there are also other classrooms. However, it was super big. There were 2 massage chairs, there were couches, and the lights were always off. There was a huge TV too, but no one turned it on because we go there to sleep.
Gotcha.
So all of us, when it's like our planning period or, you know, we don't have recess duty, we would go there, lay down, get a massage, you know, chit-chat with some other teachers and go back to class.
Perfect.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I think for teachers, because typically you do have like a break period throughout the day or, you know, at lunchtime or whatnot, you don't need to, well, it's your choice.
Right.
Maybe you don't have duty or something like that. So you could use that time. I think in an office setting, it would be a bit different.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, if you've got like a 15-minute break, I don't know, like, is it going to be quiet enough? Stuff like that. Now, your snack bar. What did this entail?
So the snack bar was when I worked at an English academy.
Okay.
And so we didn't have it before, but there was like this little 탕비실 area where
Yeah.
all the teachers can go. We called it the teacher's lounge.
Gotcha.
But really it was just a really small cramped place.
Yeah.
But then the boss, he started saying, I'm going to give you guys an allowance of every week for snacks. So
Gotcha.
we could, message the front desk and say, oh, we want this and this and this. So it wasn't like snacks that we wouldn't eat, like just crackers or anything.
Yeah.
We
just
got to choose which
Yeah.
ones. And it was awesome.
Yeah, it's nice, especially if you're like, I don't know, I think I'm usually quite prepared in that aspect. I usually have a few things in my bag or I have my water bottle or something like that. But there are times in the day where you can't run out to the mart
Right.
to get something. You might want to have something, but you don't want it to be, I don't want to say garbage, but like so much fast food. But you could have like, not an energy bar, but like granola bar or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or that brand that something Valley that you pick up and it always falls apart.
Oh, yeah.
But I love it.
It's delicious.
Just get some yogurt.
Uh-huh.
Put it in the yogurt.
Ooh.
So what would you rather have?
But then, okay, say that I wasn't a teacher and this was at like a 9 to 5 office job. I would want a nap room.
Really?
Yes.
I want the snack bar all day long.
Really? If the snack bar had a mini bar, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah?
Then I would choose that.
Oh, you mean like you would get in a hotel?
Uh-huh.
Those little mini bottles in there?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see where she's going with this one, people.
And then, if the boss is okay with, a little day drinking, I would
Yeah.
totally choose the snack bar.
Friday siestas.
Yeah,
All right.
for sure.
Okay.
But if not, I would definitely do the nap room just so that I could lay down. Because if you're at an office job, you're sitting in that one chair all day long typing away. But then I would, want a recliner and, lay down a little bit.
Yeah, I found there was a school I worked at. There was a room with just nothing in it. And I would just go in there and I would grab like 5 or 6 textbooks and put them under my head. And that was my pillow.
Oh, no.
And I would just lay on the floor.
Oh, my goodness.
And it was fantastic.
Really?
It was great, especially in the summertime because the room was never used. So it wasn't like, and it was in the middle of the building, so it wasn't super hot. The floor was cool. It was great. For me, I'm going snack bar all day long just because, for drinks, for coffees, if I wanted some kind of fizzy drink, I need a little bit of a wake me up in the middle of the day that, I've already had lunch. Maybe I didn't have time to eat, or maybe I ate too much. That happens on a regular. So maybe I need some chocolate or just something like that, But it's also, I feel a nap room. The only issue I have with that is I'm somebody who can sleep anywhere,
Yeah?
but not everybody's appreciative of me sleeping anywhere.
Are you a snorer?
I do snore, but not that I'm just using myself for an example. But it's also like, who's going to take care of cleaning the pillows? Who's going to take care of that kind of stuff? I don't like that.
Oh, so you're thinking like full on with like pillows and stuff.
But what are you laying down on?
A recliner?
Oh, okay. You're going that route.
But then I guess who would still clean the recliner though? Because some people are stinky.
Oh, there's definitely people I would not want to lay down on, like one of those things after them.
Oh, that's so true. Oh, that's like going to the gym and people don't wipe down their machines.
Yes.
Oh.
And at the beginning, it would be all super clean and nice. Just like when you get a new floor. And then within like 3 months, somebody spilled coffee on it. There's tteokbokki sauce over here. There's something else on it. You're like, why didn't someone clean it? It's sticky. There's watermelon juice from Kimberly on there.
But you know what? Now that you mentioned that, with the school that I was working at with the little nap room,
Yeah.
it was new. That's why
There you go.
I didn't feel like there were any
Yeah.
germs. But if I were to go back to that school now,
Yeah.
I would feel like,
But very like a novelty as well.
when was the last time this was cleaned?
Yeah.
Oh,
Who knows?
Bed bugs.
Oh, you're going way far down that road.
Ugh. I don't like germs.
I don't know. I just think, like you said, like if you're able to choose the snacks, but also I love being surprised by things that people bring in snacks and leave it there. I'm like, ooh, I've never had one of these before. I'm a curious snacker.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, so maybe I'll go back to snack bar then. You always persuade me.
But also I feel like there is people you would get, I think, a label. If you were that person always going for a nap, the boss would be like, hey, where's Nappy McNap-Naps at? You know, like,
Happy McNap.
hey, Nappy Murphy over there. You know, and I'm like, I'm not wearing a diaper. What are you talking about?
Or Snacky.
No, I'm okay with Snacky.
You're okay with that?
As long as I get my work done. At least I'm not sleeping on the job.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So, listeners, would you rather have a fully stocked office snack bar or a nap room? Let us know, which I think, BFM, if you're listening in, I think both would be very nice here.
I think we do okay for snack. I love the one thing I do love about it is when anybody or anytime somebody goes away, they always bring something back and
That's
leave
true.
it. It's great. It's
I
one
love
of my
that.
favorite things.
So, again, listeners, let us know. Andrew, thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. And that was our bite-size banter segment for today. Again, the topic is, would you rather have a fully stocked office snack bar or a nap room? And it is quite difficult. And if you have both of these at your workplace, wow, that's awesome. So let's see. Benny Neem says, for me, I like to have a snack bar. I had the honor to have a sleep room in my previous work, but I love to have a snack bar instead. Yes, a snack bar would be really nice, especially if they're buying the snacks that you want, right? I have another message here from Manakdo Yonganim saying, I feel even more tired after taking a nap, so I rarely nap. That's why I choose a snack-filled break room instead. Ah, yes. Some people, we do feel a bit groggy after taking a nap still, so it takes us a little bit of more time to wake up. So maybe a nap room may not be as good for those types of people also. And we have a message here from Juliet Neem. Juliet Neem says, for me, I would like to have a siesta. I'd rather have a short nap room to recharge. My eyes are so precious. It's time to rest my eyes. Yes. So if you're at a job where you're constantly looking at the screen also with all that blue light, it's not that very good for you. So maybe to rest your eyes and take a little quick nap would be good also. I have one more here from Ponim saying, I will choose a nap room because I want to sleep freely without caring for others. Yes. Without nunchi buying other coworkers. And if your job has a nap room, why would you? Go ahead and just sleep away. That'd be so much fun. So that is our bite-size banter segment. We have one more from Chae Sung-nim saying, I would go for the snack bar. Yes, again, if we're able to choose the snacks and they're expensive, why not? So if you haven't answered yet, please let me know. Would you rather have a fully stocked office snack bar or a nap room? And with that, let's take a song break, everyone. Here is Klakshan by Idol.
What time is it now? Time for summer. 1, 2 좀 미친 소리 같지만 난 내게 반했어 자꾸 눈으로 욕하지마 더 내게 빠졌어 Yeah 영화보다 멋진 드라마틱 로맨틱 나 전번 순간 완전 영원한 반전인 걸 또 못 본 척 못 들은 척 넘어가려지 어림없어 또 나가라 소리칠 거야 I love you baby 나 좀 봐줘 baby 더 hit the klaxon hung 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 더 hit the klaxon hung 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 Hey happy sweetie boy ooh ooh ah ooh 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 ah ooh 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 ah ooh honk honk hit the klaxon ooh ooh ah ooh 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 ah ooh honk honk hit the klaxon Yeah 오픈 카 타고 드라이브는 어때 When up be by Spice Girls 쓸거 okay 야 딱 봐도 그 여잔 불건전해 그만할 건데 꽃을 튼 놈의 옆에 Pretty so fast so beautiful But don't worry I don't wanna body type 잠깐 깎게 내 멈춰 깜빡이도 안기고 덮쳐 힙합보다 멋진 파드틱 로맨틱 쇼 너 처음 본 순간 완전 딱 천생연분인걸 또 못 본 척 못 들은 척 넘어가려지 어림없어 또 나가라 소리칠 거야 I love you baby 나 좀 봐줘 baby 더 hit the klaxon hung 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 더 hit the you to interfere. Ah yeah, 난 나의 완벽한 but true lover. Hey, I love you. I want you to interfere. Ah yeah, 난 나의 완벽한 but true lover. I love you, baby. 나 좀 봐줘, lady. Hit the collection. Hun, 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 hun. Don't hit the collection. Hun, 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 hun.
Hey hoppin' city boy.
Ooh, ooh, ah, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ah, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ah, ooh. Honk, honk, hit the collection. Ooh, ooh, ah, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ah, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ah, ooh. Honk, honk, hit the collection.
And you just listened to Klakshan by Either. And now it's time for Don't Make a Scene, where we learn real-life English expressions through movies and drama scenes. And if you've been listening this week, you know that we're looking into the movie titled Moneyball, featuring Brad Pitt. So let's do a quick recap of what we have learned so far this week on Monday and Tuesday. On Monday, we learned about the expression, it's part of the job. It's part of the job. This is something that you say when a difficult or unpleasant task is unavoidable in your role. So you just got to do it. It comes with the job. It's part of the job. On Tuesday, we looked at the phrase go on. Go on. It means to continue, to proceed, or to say more. But here, the tone is very important because it can be neutral, encouraging, or even sarcastic depending on how it is delivered. So today we're going to be looking at something new, but first let me explain about this movie and scene. So here we have Brad Pitt playing Billy Bean, and he is one of the people who are strategizing how to hire different types of baseball players so that they can maximize their roster and have a good team. So here they don't have quite a big budget, so they're trying to, see the statistics and the stats about how to get good players from different teams. And here we are with Billy Bean and Peter Brand, and they're trying to rehearse on how to cut a player. Say that there's lots of trading within sports teams, right? And sometimes it's just bad news. You have to tell them that you got traded to a different team, and here Billy Bean is trying to teach that to Peter Brand. So, Peter, being awkward and clearly uncomfortable, begins to practice the conversation, trying to handle it with care. He uses soft language, pulls in emotional details, and struggles to deliver the message with confidence. Billy listens, but he's a bit unimpressed. That's when he says one cutting line that sticks, and that was, "That's all you got to say?" That's all you've got to say? And that is what we're going to be looking at today. So Peter says this, "Hey, you've been a huge part of this team, but decisions have to be made that are best for the team." Billy stares at him and says, "You're cutting me?" Meaning, you're letting me go? Peter says, "I'm really sorry." Then Billy leans in and says, "That's all you've got to say? My kids just started at a new school. They made friends." So this moment is where in the scene flips. Peter thought that he was being polite and he thought he was easing the blow of the bad news. But Billy shows him how wrong that approach can go. So sometimes being a bit too soft can lead to some bad consequences. So let's break down the phrase for today. That's all you've got to say? That's all you've got to say? This phrase expresses disbelief, disappointment, and even a challenge. It means, that's it? That's all you thought? That's all the thought you put into this? That's it? You don't have anything more? It can be used to highlight when someone's response is too short, too shallow, or just completely missing the point of the conversation. So Billy here isn't just messing with Peter. He's trying to teach him. It's a teaching lesson. When Peter says, "I'm sorry," Billy tests him by pretending to be deeply affected. He adds emotional weight by saying, "My kids just started a new school here. They made friends." And then he follows with the killer line of, "That's all you've got to say?" He's showing Peter exactly what can happen if you try to soften a hard truth too much. You lose control of the moment. And the player, the baseball player, might fight back emotionally. They might challenge your words, and if you aren't prepared, you may crumble. This is Billy's way of saying, If you don't say it clearly, the player will make you feel guilty. And if you hesitate, they'll dig for more. And if you fumble, you'll walk out of the room feeling worse than they do. So, how you might hear or use this in real life at work. After giving vague feedback in a performance review, your boss might say, "That's all you've got to say? Nothing about how to improve or what they did well on?" This is so scary, isn't it? So imagine you being at a work meeting and finally you have some feedback for what was just talked about, but you weren't really paying attention or you don't really know what to say. So you just say something short and your boss says, "That's all you've got to say?" And then you're feeling a bit guilty, right? You're like, I don't know what else to say, but you're put on the spotlight there. Or in relationships. Say that someone apologizes half-heartedly after doing a big mistake. You can say, "That's all you've got to say after everything that happened? That's all you've got to say?" Oh, this is also such an awkward conversation too. So saying that someone says sorry, but you want more, then you can say, "That's all you've got to say?" Or in a presentation or a pitch, if you rush to your conclusion and you're not very good at, vocalizing your presentation, someone might say, "That's it? That's all you've got to say to close this deal? That's it? Give me more." Or as a mentor or a coach, when someone is giving some lazy effort, you might say, "That's all you've got to say? Where's the insight? Where's the preparation? Where's your fight? That's all you've got?" This phrase is powerful because it exposes when someone is playing it safe or when they're unprepared for a real pushback. So here, it's very scary here. So the overall lesson, what is it? Peter thought, "I'm really sorry," was going to be enough, but Billy shows him that it's definitely not. That phrase, "that's all you've got to say," is a reminder that even in tough times, people are looking for leadership, not just sympathy. They want clarity and not guilt. And if you don't give it to them, you'll get caught in a spiral of emotional back and forth that helps no one. So let me ask you, have you ever been on the receiving end of this phrase, "that's all you've got to say"? Maybe after a shallow apology, a missed opportunity, or when someone expected more from you. It stings, but it can also wake you up. Next time you're in a high-stakes conversation, whether you're letting someone go, apologizing, or pitching an idea, ask yourself, is that really all I have to say, or can I be a bit more clear, braver, or more direct? Sometimes saying less is strong. But sometimes, again, saying too little means that you're avoiding the truth. So the next time someone looks at you and says, "That's all you've got to say," make sure that your words carry more than just sound, and make sure that they carry some intent. And that was our expression for "don't make a scene" today from the movie Moneyball. That's all you've got to say? And everyone, that's all I've got to say for this segment. Let's take a song break. Here is 봄, 여름, 가을, 겨울, Still Life by Big Bang.
이듬해질 꽃 피는 봄 한여름밤의 꿈 가을 타 겨울 내리는 1년 4번 또다시 봄 정들었던 내 젊은 날 이제는 안녕 아름답던 우리의 봄, 여름, 가을, 겨울 Began the happy 대신에 at the end 비스듬씩 비웃듯이 생문의 무지개 철없이 철 지나 철들지 못해 철부지에 철 그려지 오래 멋지 비발디 차이콥스키 오늘의 세계로 맞이해 마침내 시몬네
저 하늘만 바라보고서 사기절 잘 지내고 있어 Goodbye 떠난 사람 또 나타난 사람 머리 위저 세상 나도 내 영감의 아마존 지난 밤에 철만 담고 목숨 바쳐 달려오 새 출발하는 원목선 변할래 전보다는 더욱더 좋은 사람 더욱더 더 나은 사람 더욱더 아침을 스킬 맞고 내 안에 불린 과거에 묻고 For life Do it away, do it away
울었던 웃었던 소녀와 소녀가 그리워 너 찬란했던
And welcome back, everyone. You just listened to 봄, 여름, 가을, 겨울, Still Life by Big Bang. And now it's time for Enter Planet, your go-to spot for the hottest entertainment updates from around the globe. So let's get into it. What's happening in the entertainment business? First up, we have something that is relatable to us here in Korea. Scarlett Johansson is visiting Korea on July 1st to appear on a variety TV show. So big news for movie fans. Scarlett Johansson is coming to town. She'll be here to promote her new film, but that's not all. She is also scheduled to appear on a Korean variety show, which I'm not quite sure of at the moment, but I'm sure it's going to be something that is fun. It's pretty rare to see Hollywood stars on Korean TV in that kind of setting, so there's a lot of buzz about what kind of vibe she'll bring. We've seen her as a fierce superhero on the big screen, but now we might get a glimpse of her more playful, down-to-earth side. Definitely something to look forward to. And I know maybe she may not be coming to Busan, but if you are listening from Seoul, maybe you can see her out on the streets. So Scarlett Johansson visiting Korea on July 1st. Next up, we have Sarah Jessica Parker says she'd rather talk than take surprise fan photos. So Sarah Jessica Parker is a very famous actress, and she recently shared a refreshingly honest take on fan interactions. In a recent interview, she said she sometimes turns down requests for spur-of-the-moment selfies, but not out of rudeness. Instead, she said she'd rather just have a real conversation with the person. So when she's out on the street and a fan comes up to her and says, "Oh, please, can I take a photo? Can I take a selfie?" She says no, but in a polite way, but then instead says she'd rather have a conversation with them. For her, connecting as people means more than just snapping a quick photo. It's a thoughtful reminder that celebrities are human too. And sometimes just a little chat can go a long way. So next time you see a celebrity out there, whether it's Sarah Jessica Parker or someone else, maybe just ask them to have a little conversation instead of bombarding them with your phone and your camera. Up next, we have Brad Pitt on working with Tom Cruise. And he says, "As long as I don't have to hang off a plane." Brad Pitt was recently asked if he'd ever team up with Tom Cruise again, and his answers had fans cracking up. He said, "Sure, as long as I don't have to hang off the side of a plane." It's a clear nod to Cruise's wild stunt work. Yep, that scene from Mission Impossible was real. And Pitt seemed to be saying, "I'm down, but maybe let's keep both feet on the ground. Let's not be doing anything too drastic." A playful response that shows just how much mutual respect and humor exists between the two Hollywood heavyweights. So again, that was Brad Pitt on working with Tom Cruise. He says, "Yeah, it'll be fun, but as long as I'm not hanging off of a plane." And up at number 4, we have Im Young-ung to drop a new album after 3 years, and also a nationwide tour is coming. So I know lots of people out there are big Trot fans, and not just Trot fans, but more in specific, Im Young-ung fans. So the Korean ballad star Im Young-ung is finally back with his first full-length album in 3 years. Fans have been waiting for this one, and he didn't disappoint. He also announced a nationwide tour for later this year, and the excitement is building fast. The album is said to cover a wide range of styles and emotions, showing a more mature side to his music. So whether you're a longtime fan or just curious about what his new music will be like, this comeback looks like it's going to be a major moment. And lastly, we have something with a little bit of donating. G-Dragon donates 880 million Korean won for youth alcohol addiction treatment. G-Dragon is making headlines once again, but this time not for just music or fashion. He's donated 880 million Korean won, which is over 600,000 USD, to support treatment programs for youth struggling with alcohol addiction. The donation will go toward medical care, counseling, and prevention efforts. especially for those who might otherwise fall through the cracks. It's a powerful reminder that beyond the spotlight, he's also committed to making a real impact in the community. So, what a nice thing for G-Dragon there. So for Enter Planet, it's always exciting to see how stars are showing different sides of themselves. Whether it's Scarlett Johansson stepping into a Korean variety TV show, or Sarah Jessica Parker reminding us that real conversations matter more than taking photos. These moments help break down that barrier between celebrities and fans. And it's nice to see that even the biggest names value connection and authenticity. And how inspiring was our last one with G-Dragon's donation. It's a strong reminder that influence can be used for real change. Whether it's through music, humor, or giving back, today's stories show us that entertainment isn't just about headlines, but it's about our heart as well. So that was our segment for Enter Planet, and let's take a song break. Here is Hero by Im Young-un.
세상이란 장애물이 너의 앞길을 가로막을 때 날 봐 언제나 너의 곁에 내가 있어 불안 따윈 일도 없을 테니 이렇게 always always 내가 너를 지켜줄게 나를 믿고 가 거친 세상이지만 나를 믿고 가 나와 함께라면 ready to go 창밖으로 비춰오는 태양 시시각각 바뀌는 구름의 모양 공기를 가르며 와닿는 바람의 향기가 느껴지니 이렇게 always always 내가 너를 지켜줄 테니 나를 믿고 가 거친 세상이지만 나를 믿고 가 나와 함께라면 ready to go let's go go right away right away when we go 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 far away far away 참 다행이지 나의 옆이 너라서 내 어깨에 기대 손을 꼭 잡고 같이 어디로든 가자 나를 믿고 가 거친 세상이지만 나를 믿고 가 나와 함께라면 ready to go let's go go right away right away when we go 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 far away far away
And welcome back. You just heard Hero by Im Young-un. And now our question of the day and text topic, it was, what picnic food still reminds you of being a kid? 지금도 어릴 적 소풍을 생각나게 하는 음식은 무엇인가요? And I had an answer earlier in the show from Chae Suk-nim, and it's now time to read it. It says, when I was young, my family used to go on a picnic to a nearby stream, and we had cool watermelons soaked in the cool water. It's stuck in my memory. Yes, this is so something that I want to do. I want to go to the stream and with a big watermelon, crack it open, have half in the water and half on my lap, and with a spoon and just eating it. Yum. Well, everyone, thank you for all of your answers today for our text topic and question of the day. It's unfortunately time to wrap up the show. I've been your host, Kimberly, and here is our last song, titled Don't You Want Me by the Human League. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye!